Hello and welcome to the Sparta Mayor Manager Show. I'm Mayor Wes Brenniger. Alongside with me is the Town Manager of Sparta, Brian Edwards. And Brian, what a weekend we had here in our town. We finally got some much-deserved rain.
We did.
Unfortunately, it come when everything was going on.
It sure did. It was difficult on our first Friday night. Music on Main put a damper on things, but you know, Mayor, we still had a large crowd of folks out. And I've talked to several of the merchants this morning, chamber folks, and Fiberfest going on out at the fairgrounds, and even get with the weather conditions and as rainy as it was, still a lot of good support and a lot of folks out. So
I want to thank everybody for coming out to these events and everything, and especially those hard-working volunteers that put it together. The Music on Main crew there done an excellent job and had a great big crowd at the auditorium there Friday night. And for the Fiberfest, another successful venture, and only in its second year.
Right.
So we expect big things from that and hope that they'll come back again next year.
I was out there on Saturday afternoon and the place was full and pouring the rain. So thank you for the good effort of the Fiberfest folks, and hope they're going to be back with us. I think that's got a lot of potential to bring visitors and tourists into Sparta. I really had no idea what that kind of event was, but it's attracts a lot of attention.
Very, very nice. And we got a little rain coming this week. We'll talk about some events coming up here in the next couple weeks here in just a few minutes. But I want to get with our water line replacement and our streetscape. Got some great news. We're on the door, ready to knock it down now.
Well, we did have a good week last week. On Tuesday afternoon, in our conference call with the local government commission, they did give their approval to the project. That evening, last Tuesday evening, the council finished up on all the details, remaining details in terms of contract approvals and so forth that we needed to do. And the town council awarded the contract to Vinoy and Sons out of West Jefferson, so they will be our contractor. We are now underway in working with them to get all contract documents completed, and those do have to be reviewed by USDA. So we're still, 4 to 5 weeks out, Mayor, but the good news is that the project is certainly moving forward. Had a good meeting this morning with our chamber and county manager and other, Sarah Dalton with Authentically Allegheny and Sparta Revitalization Committee, getting a head start on our communication plan. It's going to be very important, I think, for us to stay in touch and have good communication with the downtown merchants as well as people visiting town. So our webpage is going to be updated, completely renovated in terms of how that's layout, and we will be providing regular information on that website, additionally through our ambassadors, through the Chamber of Commerce and SRC, and hopefully make this event not as disruptive as it might be otherwise, with good communications. So that's our plan.
I'm very excited about it, and I think we will be able to give the folks a little bit better of a timeline on our next show in July.
Yes.
So when we actually meet with the contractor and everything, so things are coming around, and we're going to start our construction here very, very soon, folks. And we're going to keep you updated as best we can, not only on our show but through our website and our council meetings. And we encourage you to come out. I'll be going out through the town periodically to let businesses know where we're going to try to be working and doing those kind of things. So communication is the key, and we want everybody to be informed about this project. But I'm just very excited. And I've said it numerous times. Thank you for all the hard work. And again, I want to reiterate to the folks out there, the number of grant money that we got for this project is unprecedented.
It's we're very happy with that. It's about well over 40% of the project costs are going to be funded through grant dollars, and I think that is an unusual circumstance, and we're very happy for our town.
In another contract that we did on our town council meeting, we had to look at our garbage service contract, and Roger Brady, of course, held that and had the option to renew and everything, and I think the council did a great job there. We renewed that with some new numbers also.
Exactly, we did. Well, Roger and his brother Michael have done a really good job for the town for the last 15 years. They did have the opportunity to renew this contract for an additional 36 months, which they exercised that option. We're very pleased that they did, and we look forward to the continued good service that the town has been receiving from Roger Brady on his garbage service collection. So, yep.
So then after that, we went right into our budget discussion, which was a pretty nice discussion there too. So we've got that coming up. We have a special meeting that we're having for the public notice, the
Right.
public hearing. If you want to elaborate on that a little bit.
That'll be on Wednesday, June the 19th at 5:30. It'll be a special meeting of the town council and a public hearing for a public comment opportunity on the proposed budget. That budget is available at the town office, 81. It's also going to be posted on our website. So if you've got a question, you'd like to review that, feel free to come by and pick up a copy from the town office. It also will be in the newspaper this week, so you'll have an opportunity to see more detail. But June the 19th, Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. will be the public hearing opportunity for comment on the proposed budget for 2019-2020.
And you can always go to actv.me to watch any of the town council meetings that we have. Our friend Charlie Scott does a great job of filming that and putting the information out there. So the budget hearing will be there on TV also for you to watch. And any questions, please just show up and come to our meeting and ask any questions that you may need. So we do have a municipal election coming up this year for a couple of our council members.
Actually,
that will be,
three
of
seats.
them.
3 seats.
3 seats are open this year, so you've got some filing dates here, Brian. That will on July 5th it opens up and goes through July 19th.
Yes.
So
Open for 2 weeks, and that will be in the Board of Elections office. You can go by there to file, and also the election will be conducted in November, and the voting will take place at the County Board of Elections location.
So we want to encourage all of our citizens to get out and vote once again. This happens every 2 years. We have a little, it's split in half is what you kind of say.
Right.
3 seats are there, then 2 seats in the mayor's seat
Right.
in the next election.
That's right.
You got a great big long manager's report, so I'm going to turn it over to you to enlighten the people here on what's going on in the manager's world.
Okay, well, thank you. Well, the first item there is the Virginia Carolina Water Authority, of course, the town of Sparta and town of Independence, and the 2 counties, Grayson and Allegheny, formed the Water Authority a number of years ago. I guess we're in about our 10th or 11th year now in terms of operation. The financial report for the year ended 2017 is available at the town office, also available at the town office at Independence, and anyone that has an interest in those financial statements, welcome to come by and pick up a copy of that audit. Next item, Mr. Mayor, is the Crestview project. That one continues to just move along at a great pace. Those guys are doing a really good job of getting that water line installed. They're making the tap, well, subject to weather. I'm not sure they'll be able to do it. The plan had been to make that main tap into the line on 18 early this week, but with the rain and the weather, I'm not sure what that situation will be. But we're very close to making that connection to that existing water line, and then the next project will be to install the water line going up Grandview Drive,
Which
not
could
Grand,
come
I'm
at
sorry.
a better time.
Yeah, that's right. Green
Acres.
Acres, right? Green Acres Drive. Yeah, we had another water break line over there. This line that we had the problem with last week will be replaced as part of this project. So I know the folks in that neighborhood, they constantly are having issues. We probably had 7 or 8 breaks in that water line in the last 4 years. So it's certainly an inconvenience to the people that live in that community, and we're looking forward to having this new water line in place and the booster pump installed, and that's going to be a big improvement to the water distribution system in that part of town. The next item was the engineering report on Sunset Drive. Last month we spoke a little bit about that. I do have a report, have not yet had a chance to review that or submit that to the town council, but the report is on my desk, and looking forward to reviewing that and seeing what recommendations might come out of that engineering report regarding the sinkhole at Sunset Drive. We do have a joint meeting scheduled in July. It'll be on Monday, July the 29th. That'll be held at the County Administration Building, and we'll be talking more about that in the coming weeks. Krause Park, the event was scheduled over there for Saturday. It had to be postponed because of the rain that was going on. Bark in the Park. So they will be having their event on Saturday the 15th, and later that evening, beginning after about 6 o'clock, there is going to be a movie in the park. So we encourage folks to come out enjoy the Bark in the Park in the afternoon and then hang around for a movie event beginning at dusk. Looking forward to that good event as well. Music on Main was held this past Friday, and we did have some issues with the weather, but all in all, everything I've heard from the Chamber of Commerce and the merchants I visited with this morning, they were very encouraged with the participation in spite of the weather. So we're happy about that. Our July the 4th parade is scheduled for Saturday, July the 6th at 2 p.m. That'll be on Main Street in Sparta. The Fiber Fest, we've already touched on that. Even though with the weather conditions, very successful event by all accounts that I've heard, Mayor Brinegar. And upcoming later in June, on June 21st, 22nd, will be the Backwoods Beat music event scheduled at Muddy Creek and at the Presbyterian Church. So still a lot of things going on, plenty of activities and plenty of events. And I've just noticed that the activity level in town seems to be picking up. We had a new store that opened on Main Street 2 weeks ago. Happy about that. The Historical Society has moved into their new location. So just a number of good things happening in Sparta, and we're glad to see that level of activity going on.
Love to see the positive energy that is out there in our town, and a lot of folks making things happen. I'd like to give a shout out to all those volunteers that make these things happen, and that's what it is. It's volunteers, Brian, of different organizations that come together to present this. It was good to see a lot of folks in town. You couldn't even find a parking spot in there for some of these restaurants and everything, so that's great. And folks, we ask that you continue to support local business here in our town. It makes us thrive. It helps us out, and we're going to continue that push. We have some things coming up here, again, as Brian has stated, but if you have an event that you would like to put out there, please contact Sarah Dalton at Authentically Allegheny and put that on the calendar and let her know exactly what your event is doing, where it's at, what's going on, and what you have to offer. Brian, do you have anything else that you'd like to throw out there?
No, that's all. I think we covered a lot of information here. Hope the people have a chance to come to Sparta, visit. You mentioned this, support our local folks. As we get into this streetscape project, it's going to be really important that our local folks support our merchants downtown.
Absolutely.
There will be some disruption and interruption, but we're going to work very closely with our merchants and with our contractor to be sure that we minimize any disruption to these local businesses, because it's a difficult project to accomplish, but it's also important project for the town going forward. But we have to support our merchants during this time of construction, and in the long run, I think we will see significant benefits to our downtown merchants.
Support everyone that we can, folks. We all live here together, and this is our town. Let's make it as beautiful as we possibly can. So it's up to you. We put the ball in your court too, and to help us out, and let's all pitch in together and make Sparta great right here. So for Brian Edwards, the town manager, I'm Mayor Wes Brinegar. We'll see you next month on the Sparta Mayor Manager Show.